I'm gonna show you guys really quick how I install these throttle cables on these internal clutches or internal throttles here. First of all, you got your throttle cable. I like to cut the internal cable, switch around backwards, put it back in there, and grind the threads off of the housing so that'll fit down your carburetor, and then that way you have your adjustments on this end. So that way you can adjust your throttle cable if you want a little bit of what would you call that?
A little bit of slack.
A little bit of slack. That's what we call it nowadays. All right, I've already got the sheathing and everything trimmed on this. So we're gonna slide this into the hole in your bar. This is a little bit easier if you have a buddy that can help you hold the carburetor and take it off, because it's a real pain to kind of keep it on the bike and do it. So I like to just get it to where you have your cable out, all the way out here. And go ahead and hook up your carburetor. All right. That's where it comes in to have your buddy just hold the carburetor up here. Hold that. And you want, like, you know, have him put his fingers on there and just kind of hold this tight up in there. Once again, you have this out here. All right, get your cable stay. You're gonna want the countersunk part facing in, because this is the part where you slide it in, and the hole that you left yourself here for the set screw, that's gonna go right in that V. That's gonna hold your cable in here from coming out. So once your cable there has got a little bit of tightness to it, you wanna come up here, hold your cable stay on, come out roughly a 1/2 inch. That number doesn't matter a whole lot, because if you do it the way I do it, you have adjustment right here. So you do this, slide that on. Tighten your set screws. Tighten these pretty snug, but just be careful, because if you tighten these, you know, if you get too aggressive with these things, you can actually cut the cable in half. So just get it pretty tight. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start sliding it back. Another thing to be careful, I like to throw my Allen up in there, so when you're pushing this cable stay in, you can't go past your spot. That'll get you where you need to be. Because if you knock your cable stay into your bar, and pull your bars off and flop it back out the other side, it's just kind of a pain. Here, you want to go ahead and tap this. Here, tap it in. Okay, so now we're against my Allen there, so we know we're close. Put it in here with your light, tap it, keep going, a little more, keep going, keep going, keep going. We're getting to the V. Little more, little more. All right, right there should do it. You put your set screw in here. Tighten that pretty good, but once again, you know, these are small set screws, so don't get too aggressive, because you'll never get them back out after they've been in there for a little bit of time. Then at this point, you can take it back off the carb, Then slide your barrel out and just load this thing full of grease. Just get plenty of grease in there, so that way if your bike sits outside or gets some rain on it, get some condensation in there, you got plenty of grease in it. Then get the stud and the brass barrels, put them on. You can go ahead and put that back on the carburetor, Mike.
You gotta push it in a little bit on the. Okay.
Then on your throttle sleeve, on the inside spiral and all that in there, just, you can't have too much grease on this. Put a little bit more in here if you want, make sure that the brass has grease on it too. Stick her on there. Cap in the end. Pretty tight. If you want, what you can do is just take your cable out, run it through a couple times. Just kind of get everything working, get your grease in there and everything. And then you'll feel it slowly start loosening up, getting that grease and everything working in there. There you go. It's a lot easier to throw a rag on there and spin it because you will have a grip on there, so it turns easier when you get a grip on there. Just your diameter is a little better, plus you don't have grease all over the place. There you go. One thing to think about when you're cutting this sheath, make sure you check when you turn your handlebars, because you can pull this too tight and it'll look correct, but depending on where your hole's at and how your bars work, you may cut it too short to where when you turn your handlebars, it'll pull your throttle too tight. So if it's your first time doing it, you may want to actually make it to where you can turn your handlebars both ways and make sure you're leaving yourself plenty of length on your sheathing so you don't get yourself in that position.
There's your clean look.